Templeton, and I'd like to call Deputy Chairperson Joe Davies up to the table, and he will be presenting I think there are two Part A's, aren't there? And no, there's just one, just the one. Anyway.
I'm proud to represent the Community Board and people of Hagley Ferrymead of over 50,000 constituents from the sea to the city, and I'd also like to acknowledge the absence of Sarah Templeton, our board's chair, and share in giving our thoughts to her as she supports her family this week. So the recommendation, Part A, is to do with the Ferrymead Bridge replacement and the Bridle Path road intersection. It's fairly straightforward. The people of Heathcote wanted to be able to turn right from Bridle Path Road towards Sumner. And yeah, staff have recommended, they want to amend, yeah, I'll read it. It's recommended that the Hagley Ferrymead Community Board recommend to the Council that the Ferrymead roading layout be amended to include a right turn from Bridle Path Road to Main Road Sumner. Yep.
So you're of one mind, the staff and the Community Board?
Yeah, makes sense.
So Yanni and Paul, would you like to move and second the motion? Yeah.
Before you do, I just had a slight amendment, which was an additional resolution, and that was just to ask that the art, I can't remember the exact name of the group that came and spoke to us, the Art and Public Places group, investigate an artwork for the Ferrymead Bridge site. Public Arts Advisory Group.
Yeah.
It was just a additional resolution.
Yeah, I think it's, be invited to. I don't think that we can require them to do it.
Well, no, they get funded from us, and they do get external funding as well,
Yeah.
but they say that they take up their direction from us, and previously we were led to believe that they would only focus on the central city. We've now heard that they actually do look at gateways, and Ferrymead Bridge is an incredibly important gateway in that part of the city. So I think they really do need some direction from us over what they look at. That's the impression I got from when they talked to us.
Yeah. A public artwork. I mean, the reason for the be invited is that they do prioritise, and the gateway that they were referring to was Littleton, and that was in relation to both tourism and the local people.
I understand that. Just the logic behind putting this now is we're spending a huge amount of capital expenditure on this bridge now, so obviously there's a lot of savings to be made if you can incorporate something in at the construction phase as opposed to coming in and retrofitting something later on. And I know, I'm certainly not trying to take away from the other work that they're doing, but we have got major capital expenditure happening.
Yeah,
It seems silly
I
not
do
to
understand that, but it may not be possible given the time frame that they operate on in terms of public artworks. Paul?
Just to add further to it is actually to do with tourism because we've got the coastal pathway.
Oh, I'm not saying no.
Just thought I'd add that.
Okay, I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you. And then we have a recommendation, a second recommendation in relation to Te Whare Roimata's presentation, and I think there was another deputation on the same subject. So, well, would you like to speak to the...
Yeah, what I can do. The Residents Association in the area of Linwood just made a presentation in regards to the issue of homeless kind of alcoholism, and they were saying that they were causing a nuisance in the area, and the board resolved this.
Right. Okay, so again, Yanni and Paul, are you quite happy to move and second that? Yep. Yeah. Do you want to speak to it? Yep.
Just briefly, I think it's just fair to reflect the discussion at the board was that we accepted that there was a issue that was happening in this area, but we also thought it was really important to look at what other options there were available for addressing it, because it's not just about people drinking in a public place. It's actually to do with things like housing, to do with things like access to support services, and actually things like SIPTED and urban design. So I think the board resolution is fairly blunt, but actually there was a lot of discussion, and I think we have undertaken, probably as a part B, to do some other work around bringing the different agencies together, the different people together, talking to the people that are creating the nuisance, and actually trying to get to the core of what some of the issues are, because there are many issues tied up other than just an alcohol ban.
So you'll do that in the context of your community board? You don't need an additional...
No, it's already been, I think, requested through the community board through a part B. So, but I think it's important to give councillors just some understanding that it's not just about placing an alcohol ban and solving this problem, because that won't in itself actually work.
No.
It is about understanding why this behaviour is happening in this area.
That's excellent. Good. I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. I did have one question just arising out of the report. You've received correspondence from the Minister for Canterbury Earthquake Recovery in response to the board's correspondence requesting consideration be given to an exception for compensation to Port Hills property owners. Has that been... Are you able to provide a copy of that?
Yep, I will get the Community Board Advisor, Joe Daly, to forward you a copy of that document.
Thank you very much.
Great.
And are there any other items that you'd just like to mention while you're here, or are you happy with that?
Happy.
Happy with that? Okay.
Could I actually ask that we also can have a look at the visuals that Shane Orchard and Bailey Perryman brought in terms of the natural environment rehabilitation in Sumner?
Yep.
Just the visuals that they did would be awesome. Thanks very much.
Yep.
On that as well, who are they? Are they students, or are they?
It's kind of a co-op of individuals who are quite passionate about it. I know that one of the people involved is really involved with Agropolis. I don't know if you've heard of the urban farming within the CBD, and so I think they're just like they're not from one particular group.
They're volunteers.
Yeah, they're just quite enthusiastic about the opportunities we have post-quake Christchurch.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you.
David East.
Just looking at attachment 1 to clause 1, a number of, just going back actually, went a bit fast for me before and I didn't get a chance to say it, but number of new signs in the area of the Hagley Ferrymead new bridge. And sign number 2 just mentions new Brighton, where all the others talk about new Brighton, so a bit of a typo area there. Like new Brighton, not Brighton. Sign 2.
Oh, sign 2. That's right. We can't have that. Definitely not. Yeah. Okay. So, who would like to move that? Are you moving that?
Point. Actually, thank you, David, for raising that. One of the things that came up at the community board was to seek from staff an understanding of use of electronic signs.
Yeah.
And we actually felt, given the risk for a lot of clutter of signage in this area, and it ties in actually to the civil defence and the resilient city, this area, location, is perfect for some sort of new modern technology about a sensing city or a smart city, and actually being able to give people real-time information about what's happening. So I guess we'll just pursue that with the acting chief executive away from these resolutions, which are quite specific, but it does seem like it's a wonderful opportunity to trial some of the new technologies.
I totally agree, because this is an area that could potentially be cut off, and so to have sort of signage that can be kept up to date in real time with progress and also skirt activity, it's going to be ongoing for quite some time. I think it's a very, very good idea. All right, I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. And thank you, it's carried. So thank you, Joe, for your first appearance in front of the council. It's obviously sparked a lot of interest, so thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And pass on our regards to Sarah as well. So now we have the